Right. So, good morning once again. Here is partnership accounts. I have already put out a recording of this. Do watch that. That will be like your first part. So, in the first part for partnership accounts, we discussed about what is partnership or it comes under which act and what is partnership deed. We had detailed discussion on what is partnership deed. In case if partnership deed is absence of partnership deed, what are the provisions that will apply till here is where we studied. So, now taking to the second step, going to the second step of partnership, we will try and understand how is partnership accounts. It's more or less exactly like final accounts, right? But how is it slightly different from that of final accounts? What makes it special? Why are we learning this as a separate chapter? Why partnership? As of course it involves more than two people, but from accounting point of view, what all are the differences? So as usual, first we will start preparing what? We will prepare our trading, mostly trading account won't happen. We'll prepare our P&L account. P&L account is prepared for what? Your profit and loss account. You will get some amount as we will just go with this thing that we have profit. So you will have your gross profit from trading account. Let's say from trading account, gross profit will be given, and these are all your revenues. Remember, income or revenue, and here you will have your expense or other things, losses. So here, what all are the extra expenses you pay in for, and finally you get this amount. What is this? This is either your profit, or else if you're ending up a loss, it will be your loss. The purpose of P&L account is for finding out how much profit or loss you have incurred during a particular period of time. As usual, in final accounts, there is no difference at all. In final accounts, what's the next thing we did? Right after P&L, we prepared our balance sheet. This profit was taken to our balance sheet. While in partnership accounts, what we are going to see in today's recording is, first, as usual, you will make your P&L account. There is no doubt regarding this, I hope. Like how we did in final accounts, it's the same thing. But after preparing P&L account and before preparing your balance sheet, we will be preparing two more accounts. First one being, that is, your second account is going to be after P&L. We are going to prepare a new account called as P&L appropriation account. P&L appropriation. You are appropriating profits. What do you mean by that? We'll discuss that in a while. That is, whatever profit you have received from your P&L account or whatever you have calculated, that profit you bring down, and then you appropriate. Appropriate it to who? Appropriation means what? Appropriation means you are just merely, you're not finding out your profits now. Profit appropriation means whatever amount you have or whatever XX amount you have, you are merely distributing it. Appropriation is nothing but clearer distribution. There might be, in a partnership firm, there can be up to, let us say, 20 members, right? 20 partners you can have. So we need to know each partner, what is the profit sharing ratio? What is your profit sharing ratio? And each member, how much is the amount that he'll end up getting or she'll end up getting? And any extra things that is in partnership deed, maybe they are talking about providing salary, maybe they are talking about interest on capital or interest on drawings. All these things are what? They are all appropriation, meaning only if there is profit, we will provide for all this n number of things. Right? All these things will be provided only when there is profit. That is why it is called as profit and loss appropriation. It is merely distribute whatever profit you already have. How are you distributing this amount among A, B, C, D, E, whoever is your number of partners? How exactly is this distributed among partners is why we prepare P&L appropriation for. Is the profit changing? No, it's not changing. It's not changing at all. Whatever you have got in P&L account, it's the same. Your profit is not changing. Then why are we preparing this account? For clearer information, as in there are n number of partners. So each partner, how much are you giving it to each person? That is why we are preparing P&L appropriation account. We'll start doing our problems from P&L appropriation onwards, in fact, when we are solving. Now third, now again, before balance sheet is there, of course, but before balance sheet, if it is a full-fledged problem, we prepare one more small account called as after P&L appropriation. We go ahead and prepare something called capital account. Capital account, and then capital account is again, you have your, nothing changes, credit, And whatever is the partner, whoever are the partners, let us say ABC, I don't want to do DEF here. Here also you have three partners, ABC. What is your capital balance? This year, how much is the profit that you received? It's a personal account, right? It's capital account. So how much is the profit that you received? And similarly, in case, do you have any drawings during the year? Or do you have any interest on drawings during the year or interest on capital? All these things will be reflected here. Again, we'll discuss this in detail in today's class. And finally, we will have a balance sheet. So remember, what are we discussing out here? That is, compared to your final accounts, how is from accounting point of view, how is partnership different? It's because just when we were just merely making P&L account and balance sheet, out here we are going to learn how to make your P&L appropriation account, or what is P&L appropriation account, and also capital account. We'll start off with distribution of profit or appropriation, P&L appropriation account basically. First, you make your profit and loss account for finding out your net profit. This is as usual. The second step is you're bringing down your net profit. Whereas P&L appropriation account is your step 2 for appropriating or for distribution of profits. Right? So extension, this is nothing but it's an extension of profit and loss account. I told you out here itself that your profit amount is not going to change. Whatever is your net profit that you have actually figured out by making P&L account, it stands. This amount will not change. It will remain the same out here and here. Then the question is, why are we making this in the first place? It's an extension. First thing you understand is it is just an extension. We're just dragging it a bit more. For what all are the purposes of making it is this much. It is to provide for interest on capital. Previously, in final accounts, we have done interest on capital. Where did we provide interest on capital? It was always given as P&L, mehi, interest on capital. But if you remember single entry, there used to be adjustments like this. We called it appropriation. In single entry, if you look at the problems, when we were finding out capital, like when we were finding out opening capital and all that, there were problems like this. And from profit, after we found out net profit, interest on capital, we called it appropriation. I don't know how many of you remember. Do go through. So basically, appropriation means what? Only if you have profits, then you provide for. Agar interest on capital, remember all these things must be given in your partnership deed. Okay, interest on capital, if it is not mentioned in the partnership deed, we don't give it. So interest on capital, salary, commission, anything like that to partners. Interest on drawings, I didn't write it here, but interest on drawings is also part of this. Interest on drawings. Transfer part of profit to reserve. Suppose if you want to keep something as general reserve, what is the reserve? For future purposes, you are keeping some amount, like you have got profit of 1 lakh this year. So you are like, this 1 lakh, let's not take it to our home. Like, there are two partners. They are like, let's not take it to like 50,000 each, and let's not take it to home, everything. We will keep 25,000, or let us say we will keep half. We will keep 50,000 in business itself. We'll keep this amount as a reserve, so that in case of any kind of unforeseen loss, we can use it, or else for any future purpose like expansion of business, we can use it. So it's always what that is distributed. It's always part of profit that is distributed. Now this again will be given in partnership deed, or else to be much more clear, it will be given in your question. So don't worry about this. I'm just telling you what do you mean by this reserve. It's an amount that you keep aside for future purposes. Where do you get this amount from? It is always from your profit that you receive this amount. So another one that you make your P&L appropriation account as far as distribute profit among partners and profit sharing ratio. Here I just told you net profit, basically it is for showing how much profit is given to each partner. Because practically in partnership firms, there might not be just 2 partners. There might be like 20 partners, 10 partners, 15 partners. So we need to have a clear idea on how much is the profit that we are giving them. Maybe it is not 1:1:1. Maybe it's some other capital ratio. So it will create a lot of confusion. So this is just for us to have a clarity on accounting purposes. So these are the things that why we are making P&L appropriation for a new account. Why we are making is for providing interest on capital and interest on drawings. If at all, if the partnership deed is mentioning any salary or commission to partners, if the business feels that they want to transfer a part of profit to reserve and distribute profit among partners in profit sharing ratio. So it is prepared now. This is the most important thing. While doing final accounts, we didn't have this account at all. Why? Because final accounts mostly we prepared for what? For a sole trader. It is just one person doing business. So P&L appropriation account is prepared only by partnership firm. Most important thing to note, right? Out here only for partnership firm alone it is done, not for anybody else. P&L appropriation. So remember this. We'll just quickly see, before seeing the format, I would just like to tell you what is appropriation and what is a charge. Right, we'll do this and then get back to the format or the performer of it. So I told you P&L, okay, there is an account. You already know this. Then there is something called P&L appropriation. Appropriation is nothing but we are just extending it. The same P&L, we are just extending it a bit further and calling it appropriation. Right? This is the first thing to understand. So here you have your revenue. It is basically your gross profit. You have brought it down. And then you will have things like you have rent to pay. You have, this is a few examples that I'm taking. You have electricity to pay. You have depreciation. And then you might have bad debts. So, and then maybe you'll get an amount as net profit. And this net profit will be taken to your P&L appropriation account. Net profit. Remember, this is the same amount. And out here, what did we just read about P&L appropriation account? That it will have interest on capital, interest on drawings, and then any kind of salary, any kind of commission, etc. Salary, commission, all those things will come out here. Oh, my bad. Interest on capital, salary, drawings is here, interest on drawings, all these things will come out here, right? So, okay, sorry, where is, so salary will come here, commission will come here, and what else should come? In case if you're transferring any amount to reserve, that will also come here. And finally, you will distribute the profits by capital account. Okay? You will distribute the profits to, let us say, A, B, C, D, whoever. So these are the things that we learned here. Provide interest on capital to partner, salary or commission, profit to reserve, profit sharing ratio. Suddenly I thought we were making capital. That's why I wrote it this side. My bad. So net profit, interest on drawings, which is an income to the firm, will come here. This is again a nominal account. So the interest on drawings is an income for the firm, while interest on capital is an expense for the firm. Salary is also an expense for the firm. So is commission, so is reserve, and distributing them also the same. So basically P&L appropriation, this is the format. Now, what is the difference between these two figures? Here also your profit is somewhere like you're showing that net profit, say only all these amounts are going. Here also from your main revenue, all these amounts are going. Understand, when we are making P&L account, these expenses are called as charge. These expenses are called as charge. These are called as charge against your revenue, charge against your profit, meaning these are those kind of expenditure that it has to be met. You have to meet these expenditure irrespective of, suppose if there is no enough revenue, right? Suppose if you don't really have cash, but don't you think you have to pay your electricity bill? You have to pay it for sure. Otherwise, you will not have any power. Rent, similarly, if you're saying that, oh, you know what, I'm really running under losses, so I don't really have, instead of gross profit, this time I got gross loss, so I'm really sorry, you know, I can't really pay for pay this month's rent. What will your house owner or whoever is the owner of the shop say? Then kindly vacate. You're not paying rent, it's okay, but kindly do vacate. So similarly, depreciation is something that you have to show as per accounting standards in AS or AS. You have to show these things. So basically, what is this? All this kind of expenditure which is unavoidable are called as charge, right? And what is appropriation then? It is mere distribution. It is mere distribution, and generally, as a rule, only when you have profit, it is only if you have profit you can transfer it to reserve. You don't transfer your losses to reserve. right? Only if you have profit, these items are done. But as we are doing problems in your textbook, we will come across few of the scenario wherein we have loss and we are still doing all these things, but just understand they are all book transaction. Practically kya hota hai? Only if you have profit, the partners will have something called interest on capital, or else a firm will charge interest on drawing, salary will be given, commission will be given only if you have profit. If it is losses, as a practical thing, you will not do it. But again, I'm telling you, in questions, as we are doing in the textbook, we might go through, but they are just for book transactions. But as a rule, appropriation is done only for profits. Profits are distributed in which all way, and these are avoidable, because of which it makes it avoidable. ठीक है, अगर profit नहीं है तो अगर नहीं देना चाहिए तो ठीक है. Not all firms will have interest on capital. Not all firms will have salary or commission or transfer to reserve. So in few questions, maybe net profit, you just merely have to transfer that to partners capital account in their profit sharing ratio, which will be given in the question, or rather which we will find out. So all these things will be done. So basically, let's just understand, it is a deduction from revenue, meaning from gross profit, whatever amount you have, you're just going on reducing. You're paying for rent, so this amount is getting reduced. Electricity, this amount is getting reduced. Depreciation, this amount is getting reduced. And finally, you have net profit. While what is appropriation again? It is mere distribution of net profits to partners. You're not finding anything new here. You're merely distributing alone. When is it made? It's made even if there is a loss also, we don't care, it is made. But out here, it is made only when there is a profit. This is the practical aspect of it. It's a practical aspect of it, but it is done even, I mean, in book transactions as we are doing, we might do it even if there is a loss also. But generally, practically, it is done only when there is profit. Recording, when is it recorded? It is debited to P&L account. Charges always come in your P&L, means unavoidable expenditures they are. While your P&L appropriation account, it is debited to P&L appropriation. Recording, how is it recorded? It's all debited to appropriation account. Priority, it is done before appropriation. First step is this. Always you want to know what is your profit. Only after finding your profit, you can appropriate the same. So example is interest on partner's loan. What did we learn about this in partnership deed? That is, in case, even if there is loss, interest on partner's loan will be given. And even if it is not mentioned in the partnership deed, you will give interest on loan at 6% per annum. So what does this make? Interest on loan, it makes it a charge. Interest on loan will be provided even like your bank interest. Bank interest will be provided even if you have a gross loss. Now finally, this is your appropriation. What is it? I told you salary, commission, interest on capital, all these things are example of appropriation. So you have to understand how are these things that we are taking to the debit of P&L different from those items that we are taking to debit of P&L appropriation account. In P&L account ka debit, we will take only those transactions which are unavoidable, like your rent, electricity, depreciation, interest on partners loan, etc. While in your P&L appropriation account, practical aspect is it is done only when there is profit. If there is loss, we don't really bother about it practically. And what are the kind of things that are done? It is mere distribution of your profits, and the items are like you have interest on capital, salary, commission, reserves, etc., etc., and finally you distribute it off to the partners. Just quickly see the pro forma as well. P&L appropriation account, you bring down your P&L account. From your P&L, you bring down your net profit. Assumption that it is net profit, right? Now, interest on partners drawings will come here. It's again a nominal account. Interest on partners capital, partners salary, commission. Now, whatever is the remaining amount will be distributed to partners. Let us say A, B, and C. It will be distributed to partners in what ratio? In their profit sharing ratio. If there is no partnership deed, your profit sharing ratio will be equal. Else it will be given in the question what your profit sharing ratio is, else we'll find out. We can aram se find out what your profit sharing ratio is. So this is your, hope this is clear. We will be doing problems on this. Journal entry is not important. What are the differences between P&L account and P&L appropriation account? And regarding why is this written as capital or current account will be discussed in few minutes. So difference between P&L account and P&L appropriation. When do we prepare P&L account? Right after trading account. You start with your gross profit or gross loss. And even if it is gross loss or profit, we'll make this account. While when do we make P&L appropriation account? It's prepared after profit and loss account. From here, it is nothing but an extension. Therefore, it starts with net profit or net loss. See, for book purposes, we will use net loss. But again, I'm telling you, for practical purpose, you don't appropriate losses. Like if there is losses, you need not provide salary. It is up to you. You need not provide salary or you need not provide commission. What is the objective of this? It is prepared to determine net profit earned or net loss incurred during accounting year. This is our main purpose. Have we, for whatever transactions we have done, is it a profit or is it a loss? While P&L appropriation account is to show appropriation, distribution of net profit. It's debited with expenses, charge against profit. Anytime you are coming across charge against profit or appropriation of profit, I want you to have a clear distinction. Now, charges are unavoidable expenditure, while this is avoidable expenditure. Just remember it that way at least. Now, partnership deed or agreement, preparation of account where the P&L account will be prepared even if you have partnership deed or no. All this rent, electricity and all has to be given even if there is a partnership deed or no. Partnership deed has got nothing to do with your P&L account. Partnership deed will plays a role only where it's guided by the principle of partnership deed and agreement, meaning suppose if there is no partnership deed, we will not prepare, we will not give interest on capital, we will not give salary or commission, we will not transfer any amount, we will not charge interest on drawings as well. What's the only thing we will do? We will distribute the profits. We'll make this account and we'll distribute the profit. In what ratio when there is no partnership deed? In equal ratio. So P&L has got nothing to do with in single entry also, or else in sole trader final accounts also we did what we did our ye wala P&L account, but we didn't have anything called partnership deed there. So partnership deed has got nothing to do with your P&L account. But it has got everything to do with your P&L appropriation. Matching principle, match revenue is matched against expenditure. That is, matching principle is not really followed or it is not really applicable out here in P&L appropriation because it's just mere distribution that you're showing. Whatever amount it is, you're not making anything new. You're not creating anything new for matching principle. There is no revenue, there is no loss. This amount you're merely distributing. That's it. So that is with P&L appropriation account. Now I told you after P&L, where is that? After P&L, we will be preparing something called capital account. Like if you see out here in P&L appropriation account, there's finally what is written to partners. This is the final amount. You're distributing that in their profit sharing ratio. Without partnership deed, 1:1:1, else whatever is given in the question. So what is this capital or current account? Partners capital account to suna hai. What is this current account? We'll just quickly discuss those two things as well. What are your capital accounts? In partnership, very interestingly, we usually make two kind of accounts. We make either, there are two kind of capital accounts. First one is called as a fixed capital account and second one is called as a fluctuating capital account. As the name suggests, literal meaning hai dono ka. Fixed means something that will remain constant. Fluctuating means that will keep changing. Two capital accounts you have. One is fixed capital account and fluctuating capital account. Under fluctuating capital account, you have one capital account. It will be written as capital account, or to have much more clarity, fluctuating capital account. One capital account you have. Then what about fixed capital account? Under fixed capital account, you will make two capital accounts. One, you will call it capital account, and next one, you will call it current account. Why are we doing all these things? Always understand, in partnership, we have two kind of capital accounts. What are the two kind of capital accounts? Fixed capital account and fluctuating capital account. Under fluctuating capital account, we have only one capital account wherein we will include all transactions, include dunya bhar ke transactions of everything, include everything. While under fixed capital account, the first type of capital account, we will make two capital accounts. First, we will name it capital. Next account, we won't call it capital account, we call it current account. Right? So this is the first thing to remember. Fixed, fluctuating, under fixed, two capital accounts. So capital account, under fixed capital, we are going to discuss fixed capital account first. Why are we making two of them? This capital account, as the name suggests, is fixed in nature, meaning whatever may be, we started the business in now it is 2021, maybe we started the business in 2015, 16, something like that, let's say 2015, right? So at that point of time, we would have the partners that are like, let's say two partners, I don't have to keep drawing, so A and B, right? So the same thing, this is your debit side, this is your, right? Nothing changes at all. The format of T-shape account does not change at all. It is just that you will have one more column. Oh, there are two partners. So you had invested like 10,000 in the beginning of 2015, and fine, you have not increased your capital. You have not decreased your capital. कुछ नहीं किया है. 2015 में this is the amount you have. Come 2021 or 2020, 2021 is just running. 2020, 31st December. What is your capital account? Your capital account will still show 10,000 and 10,000. What is the meaning of this? Over the years, you have not touched your account. It has remained unaltered, means fixed capital account will show what your initial capital amount is. What did you start the business with? This. But did you put in any additional capital at any point of time? Maybe in the year 2018, you put in some capital. 2018. So what is that? It will be by bank, like additional capital. If at all, if you had, just an assumption, then only this guy did. Okay, this guy didn't put anything. So only this guy had put in one extra amount, additional capital. Okay, he had put in 5,000 more. Then, as on 31st, this thing, what will be the balance? It won't be 10K, it will be 15K. And suppose if you have, there are two kind of drawings. I don't know how many of you remember during final accounts. I had told you generally, or single entry, I think I told you. Generally, drawings are an amount which is taken from your profit. As a rule, drawings are generally, this year you have made so and so, from there you will draw. Whenever you talk about drawings, it's a general assumption that it is from that time's revenue, that year's revenue, or that year's profit that you're taking from. But few times, if you want to reduce your capital, right now, what is your capital? 15 and 10. You have 25,000 as your capital. But this guy, somebody is saying that no, we will not keep 25, we will keep only lesser amount, we will keep only 23, so 2,000, like, it is extra, we don't want to keep it as right now. How is it 25? This guy is 15 and this guy is 10. Together, what is the capital of the firm? It is 25K. Okay, but the firm is like, they have decided that we don't want to keep the capital as 25K, we want to keep it as 23. So let us say, like, both of them are drawing some amounts. So this is called as capital drawings. They are both equally withdrawing 1,000 each. Then we written as to bank drawings. They are drawing amounts. So what does that make it again? So this guy's capital will be how much now? This guy's capital will be 14K now, and this guy's capital will be 9K now. Sir? So anytime, understand, capital account generally, fixed capital account will not generally change. It will be 10,000. If you have not made any difference, it will be 10,000 throughout the like end of business. That is why we call it fixed capital. What are the only two scenarios where your fixed capital will change? Unless additional capital is introduced or withdrawal is made for reduction in capital. This is addition in capital. Withdrawal is termed as not drawings. It's basically called as reduction in capital, so that you won't get confused. Reduction in capital is made from existing capital. Right now, the second one is current account. The same time, maybe we have a partnership deed, we are giving interest on capital, we are providing salary to partners, we are providing commission to partners, then there is something extra, like, something like incentives to partners. All these things we are providing every year from 2015 onwards, every year. Of course, we have to show it somewhere. Then the question is, Deco, you're telling that fixed capital is unaltered. Where do I show these things? You make one more capital account called as current account. This again has got literal meaning. Current account is for current transaction. Transaction for this period of time. Transaction for an accounting year. Then if you might have interest on drawings also, all these things will be done in your interest on drawings. All these things will be done in your current account. This is for A and the other one is for B. For A and B. right, for A and B. So interest on drawings and interest on capital. All this extra things that you're giving to partners yearly will be written in current account. So that is a fixed capital account. So once again, going through, there are two kind of capital accounts in partnership. One is called as fixed, another one is fluctuating. We are discussing fixed capital account now. Under fixed capital account, we make two kind of capital accounts. One we call it capital and another one we call current. Current account, as the name suggests, it is for like current affairs. When you say, it is for right now what is happening. So similarly, current account is maintained to record transaction which are happening yearly basis, which will differ from year to year. Just say interest on capital, interest on drawings, salary, commission, share of profits or losses, very important, share of profits and losses, etc. Share of profits, etc. This is from P&L appropriation account we will get. So all these things will be distributed, will be shown in your current account. Well, yearly it keeps changing. Then what about capital account? Usually it is unaltered. Always remember, usually it never changes. Whatever amount you had invested in the beginning of your business, the same thing will keep showing every year. When are the only two times it will change? Only if you have introduced additional capital or else if there is any reduction in capital. These are the two scenarios wherein your fixed capital account will change slightly. Otherwise, it will remain unaltered. And partners current account, let us just quickly see what it looks like. Current account may you will have balance brought down. Suppose if it is a mostly what happens is in fixed capital account, partners account is a personal account. No, always this will have your balance will have you will have your credit balance in this account. While current account you can have credit or debit. अगर loss है तो share of profits नहीं है, share of loss है तो you can have a debit balance also here as balance carried down and brought down. But generally we will assume, we will not take this, generally we will assume that it is a credit balance. Then all the things like interest on capital, salary, all the appropriation, that where will we get all these amounts from? Your P&L appropriation account, not P&L account, appropriation account. Any commission, any profit and loss like appropriation, share of profit, etc. will be done in this account. Then if you have any drawings, you will show it here, that is during the year. Interest on drawings will be shown here. Again, agar loss hai to it will come here, profit hai to it will come here. So finally you will have your balance carried down, provided, we are assuming that it is a credit balance. So opening balance may be either credit or debit balance for a partner in current account. It can be debit or credit. I told you the difference. Agar loss hai to you can't have a like credit balance. And similarly, closing balance can be credit or debit. And in capital account, if it is fixed, what is it? Only your balance brought down. This might be the balance that you are having from a very long time. As in like from 2015, we took the example. Maybe it's the same amount. It will not change. Usually, you just write here 10,000 and here also 10,000. When will year over year, then come 2016, you will do the same thing. Balance brought down, the same thing will become your balance brought down for the next year. 2016 also it will be 10k, 10k. 2017 also 10k, 10k. 18 same, 19 same, 20 same. Come any year. But the only place, how will it remain unaltered, or sorry, how will it go altered? It is only if you are introducing fresh capital. That is, if capital is introduced, then there is your capital account is going up. Similarly, if there is any reduction, this permanent withdrawal of excess capital, that is why we call it reduction in capital, then it will reflect in your partner's capital account or fixed capital account. So this is under fixed capital account, two accounts, performer of your current account as well as your capital account. Then if it is fluctuating, this is the second kind. I told you fluctuating means it will keep changing. Your capital will keep changing. In this capital account, I told you it is unaltered. If these two transactions, which is not very common, if these two transactions were not there, your entire partner's capital account, you will draw and you will just write brought down, carried down, brought down, carried down, brought down, carried down. That for year over year, you will keep repeating the same entry. While fluctuating means what? So your capital account, you're basically showing that this is the amount that I started my business with, and I still have this amount with me invested in the business. While fluctuating, as the name suggests, it is volatile. Volatile meaning it will just keep changing. Suppose we will now fluctuating capital account can have debit or credit opening balance, but we will just assume for our EC this thing that it is a credit balance. balance brought down in case of credit opening balance. Now, suppose these are components of your which capital? Fixed capital one. Agar if you're bringing excess capital, theek hai, you put that here. If you are giving salary, interest on capital, anything related to capital, just keep putting here, right? Anything related to capital, if there is permanent withdrawal of capital or drawing, interest on drawings, etc., whatever it is, we don't care. If there is a name capital, we will just make it as fluctuating capital account. Generally, like I usually do almost all problems, if not mentioned in the question under fluctuating capital account method itself, it's much easier. You don't have to provide two capitals, right? You can just randomly like start putting everything in one capital account itself. So, but in question they will mention which account. If not mentioned, you can go ahead and do your fluctuating capital, wherein there is one capital account, there might be n number of partners, A, B, C. Here also you will write 3 columns, A, B and C. And all this transaction, what is each one's capital, like from last year, what is each one's capital? And then in case, are they introducing any additional capital? Are you giving them any salary? Are you giving them any interest on capital? What is their share of profits will come on the side. It's a personal account, guys. And then this is loss or liability, like one of these things you, or capital itself, understand it. Any increase, you will credit it. Any decrease, you will debit it. Rules. I mean, I'm just talking about rules here so that you don't get confused about which account, what is the thing to credit or what is the thing to debit. So that's it. Partners capital account. Let's just quickly see difference between capital accounts. Under fixed capital account system, number of accounts, there are two things maintained. One is capital account and second one is current account. While under fluctuating capital method, there is just one account, that is capital account alone. Next one is, what about change in capital? Amount of capital normally remains unchanged, unaltered, except additional capital or withdrawal, reduction in capital. While for fluctuating capital method, amount of capital will keep fluctuating from time to time. Now, what is the closing balance? Capital account always shows, I told you, always shows current balance. Fixed capital account will always show credit balance, but current account, it can be debit or credit. While here it can be anything. Generally credit hona chahiye because it's a personal account, it's a liability, this thing, capital and all that. But it can show debit balance also. Maybe if you're making losses for continuously some years, it can show debit balance also. All adjustment relating to interest on capital, interest on drawings, etc. will be done only in current account because capital account will remain unaltered, unchanged. While anything regarding capital, you see capital, just put everything in one account. That is your fluctuating capital account method. And finally, there is difference between capital and current account. Under fixed capital account system, what is the difference between capital and current account? Capital account is opened in case of, okay, we'll just stick with this thing alone. Fixed capital method only in case of fixed capital method. Capital account in fixed capital method will remain fixed from year to year. It will fluctuate from year to year. Amount invested by the partner is to be recorded, while this is for all other ancillary transactions. Balance will show only credit balance, while this can show credit or debit balance. So with this, just again revising, we first learned about what is partnership, what is the act, Partnership Act of 1932 it comes under. The most important thing, this is there in the other video, just your partnership deed. Now in this part, what all did we see? We saw what is P&L appropriation account. What do you mean by appropriation? And second one, we spoke about capital accounts. Capital accounts are generally distributed into two. First one is your fixed capital account and the second one is your fluctuating capital account. Under fixed capital account, we will have two capital accounts. What are the two capital accounts? First one is your capital account and another one we call our current account. While under fluctuating, anything related to capital, you will have only one single account called as fluctuating capital account or partners capital account. We generally don't name them fluctuating or fixed. Only in initial questions, just for your understanding, we will name this. Otherwise, you just merely call it capital account. So as a rule, capital account will remain unaltered. It will always have credit balance. The only places where it can change is if there is additional capital brought in, which is not every year, or if there is reduction in capital. This is also not every year. This is just once in a while ka transaction. Otherwise, it is unaltered. It will always, whatever balance you started with, that is basically what you're showing. So obviously, it will have a credit balance. While current account is for providing for all that X and Y other kind of transactions. So it can have credit or debit balance. It will keep changing from one year to other. And fluctuating capital account may you're combining, it is nothing but combination of these two accounts together, you put in your fluctuating capital. So thank you.